Hello and welcome to the stock market analysis. Let us continue looking at the S&P 500. Last Friday we had a nasty red bar here and we are now at 50 MA support, and we do have some price support around here because this is a price congestion area. We are at the 50 MA support and price support area. So we want to look at this 50 MA for the support. Now, if it's able to hold, we might see a bounce up. But if the support does not hold, we can actually see the S&P 500 declining further. Now, what I like to do is what I mentioned in my past analysis is that we really need to see the S&P 500 break above this downtrend line. This is a 2-hour chart, and if it does not break above the 2-hour trend line, it's going to bounce up and down, eventually break below the 50 MA, and that is not a very good for the S&P 500. So let us now shift to the DIA. Now, DIA is the ETF for Dow Jones Industrial Average, and as you can see, it is already below the 20 MA, the 50 MA, which is something I do not like, but there is support around here. And last Friday, another red bar here, and it's right now sitting at around very near support area. Now, if we go to the 60-minute chart, we can see that it has already dropped below the 200 MA. Usually, that's not something very good for the short-term trend. Already have a bullish, bearish cross. Look how it is declining like a waterfall. It's below the declining 20 MA, below the 60-minute 50 MA, and the 20 MA is below the 50 MA. The 50 MA is below the 200 MA. A picture of bearishness, a picture of lack of strength. In this kind of case, I really want to see it break back above the downtrend line. Okay, before you should do any longs with DIA or its components. So stay cautious, stay bearish unless it goes back above the 20 MA and this downtrend line. Now, what about the QQQs? QQQ also had a red bar, such a nice green bar on Thursday, but then a gap down in the red bar, but it's still sitting at the 50 MA support. So this support is very important. If it breaks below this 50 MA, daily 50 MA, then things will be really bad for it. We might drop to this area of 421.50. You can see that things are very choppy with the QQQs going up and down at 200 MA, but generally it's still in a bearish cross mode where the 20 MA cross below the 50 MA and the MAs are not very good, and the 20 MA is below the 50 MA, 50 MA is below the 200 MA, something that I do not like to see. Is bearish, and we could do a trend line here. If this trend line does not hold, there's a possibility it might fall even more. Okay, so do pay attention to all these little signs and technicals. Ideally, you want the Qs to go back above the 20 MA, the 20 MA have a bullish cross with the 50 MA to have a really sustainable rise in the short term. Now, let's look at gold prices. This moment. Now, despite the attacks by Iran on Israel, we have a topping tail here. Gold hasn't shot up by quite a lot, but we're still in a very bullish uptrend in the gold, and we want to continue to stay bullish on it unless it drops below the 20 MA. So gold is a refuge in times of uncertainty, and of course if there's attacks and war, sometimes the gold can go up as a hedge against uncertainty in the market, but it's still in an uptrend. There's a bullish cross here, and 50 MA points to midterm strength in the gold markets. Crude oil, well, despite the attack right? It's still not, well, it went up on the past trading session, and but immediately go back down, have a topping tail, but it's still above the rising 20 MA. And if it stays above this area, this is a spot area, then yeah, you can probably still see it going higher after it breaks above this consolidation here, above the rising 20 MA and 50 MA and 200 MA. So there's a possibility that the uptrend will still continue higher. Now, let's take a look at the SMH. SMH is still trading sideways, but at the lower end of this consolidation. So if the consolidation does not hold, let me go to the 2-hour chart. This is a support here. If it does not hold, support does not hold, there's a possibility that it might go down a bit more, okay, and meet 200 MA. So in the hourly chart, it's already below the 200 MA. We have already have a bearish cross, and if this support does not hold, you might see it drop to about here, because we are already having kind of decline 20 MA, 50 MA, and the 200 MA in the 16-minute chart is flattening and maybe gonna curve downward. So this is something you do not want to see. And top stocks like NVDA has found still finding support, but we have a red bar here after the green bar here. But most importantly, always watch this support and 50 MA for NVDA if you want to see it continue to move higher. Now AMD is a bit weak because it is trying to break below this consolidation. It actually has broken down below. You can see that the consolidation stayed at the lower 1/3 of this red candle. So if it continues to drop, you might see it drop to around this support area and maybe eventually meet the 200 MA as well. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple tried to go above the 50 MA but failed to do so. Just lost at the close of the day. It was not able to close above the 50 MA. So this will be very important. If it cannot go above the 50 MA, then it can get slammed down again. What you really want to see is that for it to break above the 50 MA, stay above it, and then slowly rise up again. Otherwise, we could see it slam down and maybe go way lower again. Now, tech sector itself is still okay, still finding support at this area, and this will be an important area because we might have a bearish cross here. We have a bullish cross here, possibly bearish cross, as the 20 MA is curving down. Right? If it has a bearish cross and breaks below this area, we might see sell off in the tech sector down to here. Okay, let's take a look at seasonality chart of XLK. April has not been very kind for tech sector. It has only closed higher 40% of the time, but June and July is good. It closed higher 75% and 100% of the time, and the tech rally in October, November, December is very good because it closes higher 75 to 100%. So to continue to be cautious in the market, as we really want to see this area hold. If it doesn't hold, support doesn't hold, and it breaks below the 50 MA, we could end up going a bit lower to the next support area around here, and then here, and then here. Okay, so do be a bit cautious. I always like to see when the major indexes are correcting, I'll always like to see it break above a downtrend line, but it has not been able to do so yet, so you have to be cautious on the long side. So before I end this, I would like to leave you with some thoughts about wisdom. You can go to Proverbs chapter 3, wisdom from the Bible Gateway. verse 13, blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. So some food for thought. The Bible is a very good book for wisdom. So I do hope that this analysis is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one.